Setnin Radio, hosted by Mark Newbold and Louis Turfrey.
Welcome to Setnin Radio, episode 11. I'm Louis.
I'm Mark.
We're here and we've got no idea what we're going to talk about this week, so we're going to wing it pretty much.
Absolutely, wing and milk it.
Wing and milk it, okay, fair enough. Right, now, shall we talk sci-fi in general this week or talk the website?
I think we should do a bit of both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the website then.
Okay.
That image on the front at the moment, Liam Mang.
Awesome picture.
Awesome.
Awesome picture. It was put on the site on, what's the day today? It's Wednesday, so it went on the site on Wednesday, today. Yeah. And she put a picture on last week, which was exquisite as well, which was a picture of Shakti.
Right.
But this one, she really knocks it out of the park with this one, so it's fantastic. I'm hoping that she'll continue doing regular bits of artwork, so I can nick them off her site and put them into ours. I don't think she minds.
Are you telling me that I'm not doing enough artwork at the moment?
Would I be so blatant to say that on a radio show that could potentially be listened to by 7,000 people a week? No, I'm not that blatant.
I'm glad that it's not listened to by 7,000 people a week, so we've only got so much bandwidth limitations. So.
Well, you know, spread the good word.
And not your account's going to come out of, mate, tell me.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah.
Right, yeah, good artwork. I actually say that I think basically one of the things we've been not concentrating on recently has been the artwork.
I mean, we've got a lot in the bank anyway, and the other week when we put I did a section looking back to how Lightsaber has looked over the last sort of 6 years, and even back before that, back to Wirezone and Phantom War and Q Continuum, you know, the early
God,
sites we did,
yes, sort of
10 years ago.
Well, they were at the time, oh yeah.
They were great. I remember before First Contact came out, with all the hot gossip, you know, how Captain Sisko was going to be in it and they were going to turn up at DS9 and all these different things. Having to dictate it out to you and you typing it, but you weren't typing it like you type it in Word. You were sort of coding it in for its letter.
Wasn't I?
It was ancient.
God, those are the days I actually knew and could use HTML.
Yeah. But that was weird.
Now I just use front page.
Exactly, so that's all I've ever known.
Or Dreamweaver, or something similar.
Yeah.
So
that was a novel thing, but you found a load of images that you sort of started working on, or you finished and left alone.
I did, and it was quite interesting, really. It was quite fun as well because some of them I hadn't touched for ages, and it was refreshing to go back and look at them.
Yeah. I wonder how many other sites have that as well.
Do you know?
You sort of feel like it's just us, but there's probably dozens of sites out there exactly the same.
There probably is, to be honest, and I don't think it's a bad thing. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the things that we've got to, you know, as a website we've got to do is sort of like keep ahead of the other sites.
Yeah.
And bring old stuff back that's not been used, and just try and be a bit fresh occasionally. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've been pretty good lately in that. Pretty much the whole site now is reloaded from where we were with the old Lightsaber.
Yeah.
There's only two more eras. There's just the Newbold Age 1 and 2 to put on, which I'm starting next week, so don't worry.
Right.
Which means that there's about 6 stories that have been sitting there since, some of them since 2003, that will actually start going on the site. New stories that are 3 years old, so that'll be fun.
Because I've forgotten some of the stories I've written. Of course, you're the only one that's now got copies of them.
Exactly.
And
it'll be interesting. That'll be good, actually. I'll get the Newbold Age 1 put back on, so then we can all go back and read it. And then most of these stories are anyway too. So, but also there's like you say, there's looking back at the old site, which is it's a nostalgia kick, and also because we've joined FanWorks now, and Nathan Butler has been so kind as to put an NHP retrospective page on his site, which really inspired me to go back to our audio section and rejig that. And I've got to say I'm very pleased with the way it looks now. There's sort of like a renewed interest in the NHP stuff. I didn't realise that when me and John were doing those tapes sort of 20 years ago, I guess we kind of assumed that there would be loads of people out there doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And from what Nathan seems to think, there wasn't. So that's quite cool.
So you're as weird as the rest of us, then, really?
Probably weirder.
Yeah.
Long time weird. So anyway, that leads us on to a current situation, or a current project.
Yes.
Hoping to do a new fan audio drama sometime this year.
Yes.
Starting to get ideas together. I'm sort of sketching ideas of when it's going to be set and who's going to be in it. Tossing the idea around of whether to do an original story or whether to do, you bastard, whether to do an old story or what? Not quite sure yet. So I'm never using that word again.
What? I should explain when you said
no,
that.
don't explain it. No, just leave it. Kids might listen.
Yeah, kids.
Your dog's listening there.
Dog's listening. Yeah, the dog is in the room with us. So basically, what we're saying is, if there's any voice actors out there who have an interest in Star Wars and are listening to us at the moment, and generally want to get involved in what's a fan project, we won't pay you any money, but you will get a listing.
Well, as it stands at the moment, the cast and crew is me and thee.
Me and thee.
Nathan Butler.
Or can I go around doing me Make It So voice?
No, you can't. Nathan Butler.
Make It So.
Yes. Wrong genre, mate. Wrong star.
What?
Star Wars, we're doing Star Wars, not Star Trek.
Never will find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Nathan Butler has agreed to do a couple of voices, which is very good of him.
Right, where were we? Sorry, I'm completely lost. Voice actors. Just done my Obi-Wan impression.
You've done the Obi-Wan impression, and I was saying we've got a cast of 4 people at the moment. There's you, there's me, there's Nathan Butler, who said he'll do at least one voice for us. I'm assuming that he's rather versatile. Well, I know he is from hearing stuff that he's done before. And Gemma Barlow, who's the singer in our band, who's also done a bit of acting. She's a bit of a thesp.
A thesp?
She's a thespian.
Thespian.
So,
she got a boyfriend.
Pretty fun. That's true. Didn't stop Madonna, did it?
No.
No. So we've got a few, and I'm
knowing a boyfriend, she probably could be.
Oh. Yeah. So now I'm looking into doing other.
It's going to sound terrible,
isn't it?
Anyway, go on.
Looking at finding other voice actors and so on and so forth. The good thing, like I say, is that we've got quite a wide listenership or readership, if you want to put it that way. I'm always working hard to promote the site so the word's getting out there. Yeah, I think whoever gets involved with it, it'll be worthwhile. One thing we'll probably do, I need to speak to Nathan about this because he's much more experienced in modern day audio recording.
No, I'm not.
Well, listen to this nonsense we're doing.
Yeah, but should we actually clarify this? As we haven't got any proper audio gear at the moment, this is actually recorded on a Sony Ericsson mobile phone.
Yeah, it is. That keeps ringing, which is why we have to edit it.
I know. Vibrating's the term, actually, not ringing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what we did that.
It's going to sound awful. Carry on.
It's terrible.
Awful.
Yeah, so how are we going to record it? What techniques we're going to use? We want a very natural sort of soundscape.
Can I say something?
Sure.
There's one line I want to say.
Go on.
It's the one you hate.
It's not relevant. You can't say that. It's
not
relevant.
I can't.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Go on then, say it.
I can't now, you got me.
But anyway, we're now halfway through the lamest ever episode of Setnin Radio.
I know, we're doing this in the start of Radio 1, I should say.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Yeah. More like an episode of The Goons.
Yeah. Looks so dry. Right, there we are. Got it.
Thank you, I knew you'd say it.
I've lost you on that one now. I've gone completely.
You have.
Right. Right, we were in the middle of saying about actors. Yes, we need them. We need you.
We need actors.
Come to us.
We're going to fill out the sound. We're going to make it sound very natural and real and not sterile. Some fan audio can be more like a read script, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
They're reading the script to the microphone and so on. And I think we want to make it sound a bit more like
that we're not actually reading the script to the microphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though we will be.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But, I think there's some... I've got audio copies of the original trilogy, and it's just the film, just the sound of the film, the music, the sound effects, and it's just taken directly from the video. And I think that's what we should be aiming for, that sort of sound feel, but with, obviously, some point, with a narrator.
Who's going to narrate for us?
I don't know. I'll try and find somebody famous. Leave it with me.
All right. Think we're famous enough now to go back to Brian Blessed and ask him if he'd do it for us.
You never know.
Fair enough.
Tell him we'll give all the proceeds to charity. Get the money and run.
Fair enough.
There you go.
I'll go for that.
Well, me too. So, what else are we going to talk about, Louis?
Well, we've talked about the acting bit. We've talked about a little bit about what's going on the site. I could bore you about talking about Battlestar Galactica if you want to.
Bore me for 2 minutes.
Okay, Battlestar Galactica rocks. Nothing more you can say about it apart from that at the moment. It's getting almost human interest, almost, I would say, to the point of controversial, sort of parodying modern day. In fact, I have to say it it parodies the British government's modern-day political system, not so much the US. It's interesting. There's some genuine stories going on there. We'll leave it at that for now because there's some good stuff and I don't want to spoil it for the UK listeners. So we'll move on to Smallville. The latest episode I saw is just number 99. It's the one just before the 100th episode.
99th episode is the one before the 100th?
It is. Penultimate before the 100, as I say. Excellent, again, the storylines, but not quite up to the quality as it was the previous weeks. Now, I'm saying that because I know what's coming next week. I actually know, and I'm not allowed to say, who dies in Smallville.
You can tell me who dies in Smallville.
I'm not saying.
Go on.
No,
whisper it.
I can't.
Whisper it.
Yeah. Someone he knows.
Oh?
Right. And, well, put it this way, it's not Chloe.
Oh, no, it's not Chloe. How can they kill Chloe, the foxiest chick in the whole show?
Blonde and a bombshell. There's 3 possibilities, actually.
Give me a choice of 3.
Martha, Jonathan, and Lois.
Ooh.
Actually, no, 4. I forgot.
Lionel.
Yeah. So there's 3 people with LL in the name that could possibly be dying. Possibly 2 are going to die.
I had heard that more than one person dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's not necessarily next week, but in the next few weeks there's going to be an engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Or an attempted engagement.
Mm.
And a certain Clark Kent is going to reveal his true identity to his girlfriend.
Oh. Very cool.
So this is all going to happen within the next 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure in what order. So I do know it's going to happen. Yes, there's a really wicked scene where he actually takes her into the Indian cave, puts the disc into the transporter, and all of a sudden they're in the Fortress of Solitude.
Very cool.
Yes. And she's a bit cold.
Well, she would be.
No, I mean she's a bit cold.
Bit cold?
Bit cold.
Oh.
Yeah. Good stuff. Anyway, we'll go on to the next bit. So that's the Smallville bit done. That's the Battlestar done. Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah.
Again, all good stuff. It's not quite up to the normal standard, the latest episode. Still a good episode. Cole Meany's in it. And it's, what can I say, it's got some hard-hitting stuff in it. Again, parodying what went on in the 60s and 70s, Cold War situation, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Again, pretty good, but they've hit such a good writing style with that it doesn't quite match the previous standards. I'm being overly picky. I know that anybody that sees it is going to enjoy it, but then again, I'm being overly picky because I'm tending to review that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's great. Changing the subject entirely. Star Wars again.
Yes.
Star Wars Galaxies.
Yes. Haven't been on it for ages.
I have to say, I've in 2 nights I've gone up 3 levels.
It's that easy.
It's not that easy. It's just that I'm very good at Starship combat.
They've streamlined it, though, haven't they?
They've streamlined it, yeah.
A lot of things.
There are a lot of things about it I still hate, but you can't really choose what skills you get. It gives you the skills. You can't, that's what I don't like that. I know Paul is very disappointed with it. Yeah.
Very disappointed.
But graphically, it's got an improvement, has it? Yeah, it's definitely an improvement graphically. They've downloaded a lot of new stuff on there, and the quality in general has improved.
Excellent.
So, download speeds are faster.
Yeah, so that was a big problem, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anything to add?
One more thing before we wrap it up. We've got 3 more website interviews, webmaster interviews that I've got in the can this week alone. Just to give people a heads up. One is with Bob Vetus, who I know will be listening to this because he's listening to the Setnin Radio Archive at the moment. Hello, Bob. We've also got one with Albin Johnson, who's the founder of the 501st.
Yeah.
And one with Mike Berta, who's a composer and special effects artist who actually did the CG work on the Superman shield from Superman Returns.
Blimey.
And also was the composer of the music for Pink 5. So I've been rather lucky this week, getting some very good interviews.
Does he want to do some genuine original music for us?
If I ask nicely, you never know. Jim might fix it for me.
That'll be good.
And that'll do for this week, I think.
Right, okay. Well, we'll obviously edit this down so it doesn't sound so bad.
Yes.
And just say for now, goodbye from me.
And goodbye from him.
Good night.
Cheers.